Hi y'all, today I'm going to show you how to make these unbelievably crazy good gluten-free buttermilk waffles. They are so light and fluffy on the inside, but y'all, they are as crispy as ever on the outside. That is my favorite part. I do not like soggy waffles, and you will not find a soggy waffle at all here. And the best part about these, there's no whipping of egg whites separately. So that just means we can make them even on a weekday. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make them. Okay, I've just got a large bowl here. This is so simple to make, you guys. You will not believe it. I have already measured out in this bowl 1 3/4 cups or 245 grams of my all-purpose flour blend. And I'm adding to that a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda, and then this is 2 tablespoons or 20 grams of cornstarch. The cornstarch is what helps to keep them nice and crisp. And this is 2 1/4 teaspoons of baking powder. And finally, 4 tablespoons or 50 grams of granulated sugar. And I'm just going to whisk that together and just until it's well combined. So simple to make these. I just can't believe it. My old recipe required separating eggs and whisking them to stiff peaks and then folding them in. There is absolutely none of that in this, and that's part of the reason I love this recipe so much. And the other part, obviously, is because they taste so phenomenal and that crisp texture. Now we'll go ahead and whisk together the wet ingredients. And this is 1 cup or 240 grams of buttermilk and 1 cup or 240 grams of heavy cream. I know people are going to ask me about dairy-free. You should have no problem substituting with dairy-free alternatives, and I have those listed within the recipe post, so check that out. And then I'm adding 3 large eggs. Now I will note that I doubled this recipe, so you're going to see me actually add 6 large eggs because I can never have enough waffles. And what I love to do, just like when I make my grandma's pancakes, is I make a double batch, and then so I'm standing either flipping the pancakes or at the waffle iron making all of these, and then I put them in the freezer. And when I want a waffle for breakfast one day, or even for dinner, sometimes we'll do like breakfast for dinner, I will take that out and pop it either in the toaster oven or the toaster, and it comes out just as crisp and wonderful as if I had just made it. So you guys, this is like a foolproof recipe. All right, now it's just a matter of combining the two, the wet with the dry. And I'm just pouring the entire thing on top of the dry, and I'm just going to grab my big whisk again and just whisk it. Not vigorously or anything. We don't have to worry about, developing any gluten by over mixing, but definitely you can get in there and get a lot of those big lumps of flour. You won't get all of them, and that is perfectly fine. All right, that looks good. The final ingredient that we need to add now is the melted butter. And I'm going to gently whisk or fold in a 1/2 cup or 113 grams of butter that's been melted and just slightly cooled. And I'm just using my whisk here. You can use a spatula, like a silicone spatula, and fold it in. I'm not going too quickly with my whisk, so essentially I'm kind of like folding it in. And just do that until you get it all combined and you no longer see any streaks of butter. Okay, that looks great. Now this is the hardest part of this entire recipe, you guys. We have to let it sit for like 20 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes. So I cover it and I'm gonna let it sit, and I'll meet you back here when we're ready. All right, y'all, I'm ready. I'm ready to bake these waffles. So this is one of my waffle irons. This is just a simple one of those flip over waffle irons. I'm using a pretty large scoop here and just scooping a big old scoop in the center. And I close it, and then mine flips over like this. I don't think they sell this particular one anymore, this Farberware, but They have similar, I'll leave a link for those on Amazon. They're roughly like 30 to 40 bucks. Totally worth it. And this one actually has a ready light. So when the light turns green, that means it's ready to come out of there. And it's pretty accurate too. Perfect. I just use a fork to lift it out. And that's it, you guys. It's so simple to make these, but I want to show you my other waffle iron that I have. This one's pretty special. I absolutely love it. This is my Mickey waffle iron. I am a huge Disney fan, if you don't know that by now. And I bought this on Amazon. I'll leave a link for it, but it is kind of pricey, and that's why I gave you the option to make these in a less expensive waffle iron. It's not too pricey though. If you're making waffles quite frequently, you can justify the expense, I feel like. But what I love about this is it makes so many cute little Mickey waffles that are very similar to what you get at Disney World. And when I'm using this one, I actually load up a decorating bag and just squeeze it into the cavities because, you know, they are oddly shaped and it's kind of hard to get a spoon in there. So that's my favorite. They're not quite as thick as you can see as the ones that you get in Disney World, but they're pretty darn close, I have to say. And they are phenomenal, you guys. Whatever waffle iron you choose, you've got to try this recipe because it will blow you away with the texture. It's so crisp on the outside, like unbelievably crisp. And yet they are so light and fluffy on the inside. So I hope you get a chance to make them. And if you do, let me know what you think. Enjoy.